I have to tell you a very important thing. This is about the cycle. All the developing nations are importing the products, all sorts of products from all over the world. That's why it is called as a developing country. Because all the developed nations are selling products and we are buying it. We are importing all the technology. Got it? You just check with the expenditure of budget and where how the deficit is there. And also you need to understand where they are allocating the fund. You just check with the import and export. Got it? How many pacts, agreement, contract happened in between the countries. You need to check all those things. I'm proud of being an Indian. Unfortunately, proud of being an Indian because I'm still hoping for the best. I'm also doing. I'm not simply sitting at home and complaining about the things. A doer is someone who is able to do things efficiently. That person will be called as a doer. All other people will be called as lazy, lethargic, inefficient fellows. Got it? At first you have to understand one thing. When you watch movies, the old days movies, I was born in 1981, so I can tell you few things regarding the movies 90s, 80s and 90s movies. There were many times the cycle was used to buy the hero. Obviously, the heroes were using hero cycle. Do you know that? Of course, the comedians too. One of the favorite comedy is related to the light. Those days, almost all the cycles were having the front and back lights, and that is related to the dynamo. This is related to energy, converting energy from one energy to another energy. What kind of energy is getting converted? The physical energy is getting converted into electrical one. How it is possible? It is a small motor like thing. It's not even the motor. It's like, when you are rotating the pedal, the chain is connected with it. The wheel or the chain that is getting connected with the dynamo, and it is converting that energy into the power, the so called electricity. And you can use that energy to lit the lamp, the front and the rear one. At the back you could see the red light the small one. It was inevitable. On those days, there were using cycles everywhere. Even in movies, you could see there are people using cycles. Even the songs, whatever they shot, there were so many famous songs. I still remember this Oru Kadal Devadai. That's a very beautiful song. The music, the actors, and also the location. Everything is contributing. And in this song, you could see the whole song was going on the cycle. The location wise, it is very nice. I mean, they shot this particular movie, this particular song, where the hero was cycling along with the heroine. And it's so beautiful. And you could see the location. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It is still happening in Germany, in many European countries. It is still happening. They have the separate pathways. So I just wanted to tell you, the music is the great thing. The song is really, it's going to elevate the mood. And also, it's a very nice song. Everything is matching. The actor, actress, song, music, the lyrics, music, and cycle, bicycle ride, location, cinematography. It's so nice. You can watch it many times. That is the magic of the music as well as the cinematography. And moreover, beautiful actor and a beautiful actress. A handsome actor and a beautiful actress were there. And also, it was a cycle ride. And there were many songs. But this one is a very beautiful song. As if like your soul is getting cradled and your soul is, simply floating. You could feel that when you hear this song. Just close your eyes and listen to it. You could see that pampering feel. Sometimes music is the only therapy going to heal the whole world. That's why Michael Jackson also, made the album Heal the World. Music is the only thing can connect all the souls, irrespective of creed and any belief. Creed is related to belief, anything. It's not going to consider anything, and no one is going to bother about the lines and all. That is the magic of music. And in this song, you could feel the soul is getting pampered. There are many songs in many languages. And I could say that, the composers, whoever is able to sing the song, able to create something, if they are able to play with the ragas and if they create their own thing, you could say that they are gods. As if like, the Rudra Veena from Shiva And every god is having their own instrument. So you should understand one thing, that the cycles were used at that time, 80s, 90s and all. And then all of a sudden the magic happened that is related to IT. And after that, slowly the economy was, progressed. That was the paradigm shift. And I could say that that was the drastic change as well. It was so drastic. All of a sudden, the development regarding infrastructure, regarding technology, regarding services happened. All of a sudden, it happened. And when you talk about the economy after the globalization, we were all able to access everything from any corner of the world. But after the IT revolution, information technology related revolution, you could see that, everyone is marrying the technology now. They are living with the technology and they are not interested to be in any other relationship. It's pathetic. The life is no more. I feel like it's better to go back to 80s and 90s and all. There is no time machine. Nothing we could do. Let us back to the point. The cycle is not the symbol of poverty. Cycle is the symbol of health. If you are using the cycle, it's not only going to help to boost your health as well as to boost the overall health of the environment. It's not going to affect anything. It's not going to deplete. It's not at all going to deplete anything. The air is there. This is what I would like to tell you. There was a joke where the person is coming by cycle and there was no light. He was stopped by the policeman and the policeman was asking about the light. It's very dark. Where is the light? I'm going to penalize you. He said that a full moon is there. Why should I have to have this light and all? And he released the air out of the tires. Then the person was very furious. The one who is riding the cycle. The one with the cycle, no? He was so angry. He asked him, why did you do that? You said that the moon is there, the light is there, why should I have to have the light? No, the air is also there. Why do you want to keep it in your tires? So you must understand that, the cycle was sold along with all the accessories. Slowly that was gone. But at least the basic, the backlight was there, in the mudguard, everything was there. Now If I buy a cycle, I need to add everything. I need to add the mud guard, the back seat pillion. Then I have to attach the bell, as if like I'm assembling the cycle. And you know what? There were so many points where you can repair your cycle, and they are going to become your friends. And there are so many things, that's not going to happen with any other vehicle. I'm sure there are things that will happen only with the cycle. So, this is what I would like to tell you. Nowadays, they don't sell cycles with all the accessories, all the parts. We need to buy everything. The light, the front and the back. Even the seats we need to choose the best one. Then we have to add. Those days they were selling seats also. And the cushion type of, having the foam and all. That you have to buy it separately. That is mostly available for the big cycles, not for the cycles, the BSSLR or Hercules. They were all not having that cushion seats. And they were not selling those seats for the small cycles and all. Now everything should be added when you choose the cycle. You need to buy the lights, you need to buy the seat, you need to buy everything, adding the back pillion, seat, mudguard. You need to choose everything. This is so bad. Then I have to pay extra. When I check the prices and all, it's quite expensive. Once you attach the Dynamo related lights, that's going to work for a long time. If at all if it is broken, the front glass light, because we are putting the stand, and if it is not standing there, sometimes because of the heavy wind or somehow if it falls, there might be a chance of breaking the headlight. I feel very funny because there are so many things attached to it, one small cycle. And I wanted to tell you that when the whole crowd is using the cycle, there is no chance of accident. And almost 50 to 70% of the population in the 80s, 90s and all, almost I could say 50 to 60% of the population they were using the cycle. The crowd was using, if you talk about the whole population, if you divided the population, almost 50% were using the cycle, the bike. It's not a motorbike. Almost 20% people were using motorbikes. 10% using other vehicles for the commuting. Now, Just imagine. It's all ulta. It means that it's not the case now. Now 50% people are able to use cars, and almost 30% to 40% or 60%, say 60%, 50 to 60 using cars, and 20 to 30 using motorbikes. Only 10% or less than 10% using cycles, the bikes. So what is the problem now? Where is the space for the cyclist? There is no place at all. And you know what? I had a very bitter experience, and then I was not at all using my cycle. I was riding on the cycle, and there was one guy out of the car. He was tapping his cigarette all of a sudden. He was almost close to my, almost he was close to my chest. But there is an option. I can bring the cycle like this, and I can keep it like this. Of course, the motorbike also, you can use it in the same way, but that is not possible in the very jammed roads. And they have no sense at all. All the people are almost like gone mad. They just don't bother about the people going by cycle. At first, it is not the status. It's not about the status at first. Even if you talk about the status, I bought the cycle when the FTA rule was there. It was the imported cycle, and I paid almost 11,000-12,000 to buy that one. It's having many gears, almost 7 gears are there. And then I added all the accessories one by one. So almost the cost of the cycle is 15,000. And that too 15 years ago. What is the price of gold? Just 1,000 rupees, just imagine. Approximately 1,500. So what is the value of that cycle? 1 sovereign. Almost I could say 1,500 means you can buy, I'm talking about the grams. So you need to understand certain things. Because it's not related to your imagination. It's related to something that is happening. You are not able to notice that. Those days they were having the concern, almost 50% of the population using the cycle means the road was not jammed and there is no point of accident and all. Now the road is full of traffic jam. It's always getting jammed because almost 90% of the people using all the vehicles, as I told you, they're all using motorbikes, cars, and all other normal, whatever vehicles are there, the bus, the truck, or the lorry, or the auto. All other vehicles also there. So there is no place for the cyclist. Then if I have to, I was studying in NIFT, Bangalore. That was quite far away from my place because it's not very far, but the traffic was more. Till now it is having the same condition. So I have to catch the bus almost 1.5 kilometers away from my house. The bus stop is 1.5 kilometers away. Excuse me. And then I have to catch the bus to reach the main road close to Agara. Then from there is no, I could say there was no frequency to reach my college. Then what happened? I have to choose the auto. Then I have to choose the auto again. But while coming back from the college, there are people to share the auto. But while going to the college, there was no one. So at least I need to spend 60 rupees then other than the bus charges. I'm talking about the period. Nearly, I could say 14 years ago. 14 years ago, the auto charge was 30 rupees from Agara to NFT. And all other charges are there. To and fro, the bus charge will be there. And I have to go back to my house. When I reach my house, it will be around 8:30 to 9 o'clock. So I was using my cycle. Evening time there is no issue. Around 4 o'clock and all, there will be nothing. But while going back, it will be quite dark and it is almost far away from that bus stop. It is located 1.5 kilometer away from the bus stop. And all the vehicles are almost 120 flats are there. So you could expect almost 60 vehicles driving towards my apartments. It's not just about our apartments, no. It's all about other houses as well. That is located at the end of the street. So all the vehicles were rushing. And I had no choice. And the cycle is not having that headlight. And they are not able to see the cyclist because it was quite dark. They were not able to see, and it's a great risk. The rainy season, I fell down. I broke my knees, elbows. It's not a fracture, but it's all bruised. At first, the doctor was not at all interested to give the treatment because the MLC should be there. They were not interested to treat the patient. You know that. He thought that, my husband was beating me up. I was convincing him. I told him that no, it's not his fault. I fell down from the cycle. That's why it happened. You see my dresses and all. Then, in fact, that is, yeah. That happened in Vaidehi hospital. So I called my husband and I kept the cycle close to the bus stop, and from there we went to the hospital. So he was not able to see my cycle and all. So he said that no, I just don't understand this and all. So it was very tough for me to convince him. I gave the statement. Then after MLC, they gave the treatment. That's why I wanted to wear. That was the hit and run case. I didn't tell this to anyone because I didn't see. I couldn't see. I fell down, and that was quite dark, and that was gone. The vehicle was gone. And what could I see? Right after falling off from the cycle, what you could see. And then I wanted to use something that can protect me. What I had, the helmet was there, but it's not quite safe. I still have it. I don't think that will protect my skull and all. So I thought of buying the motorbike rider's helmet. And I was so afraid of taking the cycle from that day onwards. But I had no other choice. I was always searching for the helmet, and other thing is the neon jacket that was used by the the traffic police. So I thought that it is the better option. Either the cycle should be painted in neon color, the fluorescent color, or the jacket what we wear, that should be in neon color. So that will cost less than the paint what you are going to apply on the cycle. But I was searching for it, I couldn't get that neon jacket. And then I was searching for the helmet as well. The workers, the construction workers are wearing the helmet because the constructions were going on close to our site. There were so many, plots left empty. But as I told you, that was the drastic, if you talk about the change and all, it was quite drastic. And everywhere they started to build the houses. I don't know what happened and all. They are losing the beautiful garden. And I don't know why they are doing it. I just don't understand it. What is the need? You are having the beautiful house and there is a garden. That is the heaven. Every house was like that only in ACS layout. And all of a sudden everything was getting changed. Everyone was constructing the house by using the space whatever left for garden. They used that space as well. It was so pathetic, and the change and the buildings, and I could see that there were so many construction workers were wearing that helmet. I thought of buying that one because I fell down and I know the pain. I can't even climb. I couldn't see anything. After falling off, you're Who is going to be there? The car was gone. Thankfully, he was saved, because that was under the tree. There were so many leaves. It's a bed of leaves. So I was saved by those leaves. That's why I got the bruises. Otherwise, it's a kind of fracture. You must understand that if a person is searching for helmet, that is also the construction worker's helmet, the person is not going to work in any construction site. I wanted to buy the best helmet, but that is related to something that's not going to fit. It's not going to protect your skull like the bike helmet, because it's not having the full coverage. It's going to protect like this only. If it is falling, anything is falling from the top, it's going to protect that place only. It's not having the right fitness. Then I thought of buying something else. And also I wanted to buy the neon jacket because it's impossible to paint the cycle with that color. I'm talking about the period 2010 to 2014. There were no neon jackets, no helmet, nothing was there. But the cycle, for the cycle, I was trying to buy the helmet. Somehow I bought it. If someone is buying the product, searching for something, that's about the far side. If you have zero knowledge, you will do things according to your knowledge. They are not selling cycles with headlights. They are not selling cycles with Dynamo. And there is no alternate option, or there is no place to repair the cycle to get the air. So I have to buy everything. So almost I have spent 20,000 for that cycle, including all the things. The the pillion seat, then the seat cover. Then I bought, as I told you, I bought the helmet. I still have it, but I don't think that that's going to save the skull and it's quite light, and it's not going to save my skull. And there is no place for cyclists, and no one is caring about the cyclist. As well as if someone is searching for the helmet, according to their half-baked knowledge, if a person is searching the neon jacket and helmet, they are thinking that the person is going to work in the construction site. I'm a cyclist. I want to use my cycle and I need the protection. I was coming back from NIFT around 8 p.m. and it will be quite dark. I have to reach my apartments that is located at the end of the street, and the length of the street is almost 1.5 kilometers. And I already explained the things. There was someone hit me on the back of the cycle and I fell down. And then it's not possible to see the things at first. It was rainy, and the car was gone, and my cycle was there on my legs, and I couldn't see anything. So I was taking my phone out of my bag. Then I called my husband and I asked him to, I explained the situation. The very next moment he came, and we parked the cycle close to the same place where I used to park. There was one tender coconut shop. I always, put my cycle in that place only. And then I went to the hospital along with my husband. So this is the message, you need to get it. Got it?